Hey guys, welcome to Peripheral Vision, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo. This device is an adapter which allows you to play Game Boy games on the big screen, and it works like this. You place the game into the Super Game Boy, and then you take the whole thing and put it into the Super Nintendo. Now let's turn this thing on and see what it looks like in action. This is what the majority of titles will look like on your Super Game Boy. There are a few exceptions, but I'll get to them in a bit. What's cool about this item is that there's a special menu which can be accessed by pressing the L and R buttons simultaneously. Now bear in mind that this doesn't automatically freeze your game, so if you're in the middle of gameplay, make sure you pause before entering the menu. The first option here is choosing a special color palette from one of the different options. The second are several custom borders that you can place around your screen. The third allows you to change the controller setup from Type A or Type B, which can be particularly helpful in platformers. The fourth allows you to choose a custom color palette. And the fifth and final option allows you to create a custom border with several basic paint tools. An interesting fact about this is that if you were to plug a Super Nintendo mouse into the second player port, you could use it with this feature. But the special features don't end here. There were a number of titles referred to as Super Game Boy game packs, which were made to have special unlockable content when played on a Super Game Boy. Examples include special screen borders, such as the banana border in Donkey Kong Land 2, two-player modes available in games such as Wario Blast, special sound effects such as those in Donkey Kong 94, and a number of others. The most impressive, however, is the Space Invaders port on the Game Boy. If played on a Super Game Boy, it would allow you to access the full 16-bit version of the game. There were a few downfalls. Notably that Game Boy Color games could not be played on the device. There were a few exceptions to this, however. Games that had black casings, such as Game & Watch Gallery 2, which were originally made to be played on both Game Boy Pocket and Game Boy Color, would work on the Super Game Boy. The final issue is that the Game Boy Game Genie will not function with this device. As you can see, although it fits in, it doesn't actually go down far enough to connect the pins. Even with these issues, however, I still consider the Super Game Boy to be one of the coolest peripherals on the Super Nintendo, because playing Game Boy games on the big screen will always be super. Later days.